Of course there was. But standing behind Oswaldo was none other than Miss Yabuli from the Technology Department. As the de facto leader of the Intelligentsia Guild, Yabuli has spent years researching this technology. She's staking her personal reputation on seeing it put into practice. I assume you noticed the presence of Imagine on your journey here.
Well, yeah, but what does that have to do with what we're talking about?
They're not visitors who migrated from Planarcadia, but homegrown products of Astropolis itself.
I've heard that the birth of Imagine is closely tied to the unique properties of Ahatopia. Could it be that Ms. Yabuli really has gotten her hands on some earth-shattering secret?
It's hard to say, but there's no doubt she's conducted extensive research into both the husk and imagenesis. Her claim that she can manipulate the husk of veracity doesn't seem to be some spur-of-the-moment delusion.
Even if she could harness the veracity, that's not exactly preservation, is it? Aren't you all followers of the Amber Lord?
Little girl, the IPC indeed walks the path of preservation. That much is true. But the IPC is made up of individuals, each with their own idea of what preservation actually means. Should the preservation be about protecting individual lives and homes? Or safeguarding the prosperity and order of the universe as a whole? That's a debate the IPC has never stopped having. Compared to the Anti-Destruction Alliance strategy, which would require endless coalition building and diplomatic maneuvering, the proposal to weaponize the husk holds far more appeal. It offers a radical, efficient approach that would dramatically showcase the IPC's power and the prospect of harnessing the fragments of a fallen eon. This alone was enough to send many a colleague of mine with a taste for
Grand indeed. But I fear that when the time comes, Yabuli and Oswaldo may end up creating something far more terrifying than Nanook.
From what I understand, no matter how many people support or oppose it, the proposal still has to be put to a vote by the heads of the IPC's 7 departments before it can be implemented.
Aside from Oswaldo and Yabuli, Taravan from the Building Material Logistics Department also cast a vote in favor.
Oh, that gluttonous butterball. Can't say I'm surprised. Everyone who meets him wonders if he's got some kind of family ties to the veracity.
Wait a minute. Let me write down all these names and...
You don't need to remember all that. All you need to know is this. The score's 3-3. For the time being, we're tied.
Whew. Thank goodness. Sounds like things haven't gone completely off the rails just yet.
Wait, 7 departments, 7 votes. Did someone abstain?
The power to cast the deciding vote fell into the hands of Mr. Arita from the Traditional Project Department. Instead of tipping his hand at the meeting, he postponed the vote. And in 5 system hours from now, he will give his answer at the Internal Decision-Making Conference.
How long? 5 system hours?
In other words, it's only a matter of 5 hours before Planarcadia gets canvassed again. Or becomes a total sacrifice to the weaponized husk.
And our goal is to convince the undecided Mr. Arita?
Precisely. As a matter of fact, he refuses to meet with anyone, especially lobbyists from within the IPC. Arita is the most senior of the 7 department heads, and the most low-profile one among them all. Apart from showing up to make calls at key moments, his schedule is never made public. A big man like that prefers to call the shots from behind the scenes, not step into the spotlight to debate with his subordinates.
Then what if it were the Nameless of the Express requesting an audience? Would there be even a sliver of a chance?
It's a long shot, but I guess we could give it a try. I've already dispatched a team of field specialists to track down his movements today. I'm sure one of them will report back with a lead soon.
I'll talk Arita around. No matter what it takes. The fate of billions is at stake. my friends' lives included. That's all the reason I need to keep fighting for this. I believe Madame Pearl shares the same conviction. But make no mistake. Just because I'm giving this everything I've got, doesn't mean I'm fully siding with the Strategic Investment Department. I refuse to let the fate of billions become a bargaining chip in the IPC's internal power struggles.
I understand. I swear by my cornerstone that what I place upon the scales this time is my unconditional trust and support. You have my word, so please rest assured. To ensure you all have a proper base of operations, I'll arrange an office in Lodestar Tower, the central hub of Astropolis. You're welcome to convene there to discuss the matters ahead. Well then, I shall take my leave.
System hours? That's all there is to decide the fate of an entire world?
What kind of people does Jade send into the field?
Probably people who are good at staying under the radar, I assume.
They've got intel already? Madame Jade's team really is something else.
They want us to meet at a restaurant. Sounds like they found where Arita's been dining.
So we just barge in and ask for a meeting? Would Arita even agree to see us?
It's not exactly ideal to show up with a crowd when requesting an audience with someone important. How about this? He and I will head out, while March and Miss Nihilux go on ahead to the Lodestar Tower and get settled in. What do you think?
Fair enough. If I tagged along, I'd probably put my foot in it and make things harder for you two anyway.
We can't delay any longer. Let's split up and get moving. Oh, right. This is my first time teaming up with you. Huh, Sonny?
Missing Dan Heng already? Don't worry. I'll try not to hold you back.
Is the meeting spot somewhere around here?
Is this all
Wait. That figure! Is that you, Scott? You're still alive?
Keep it down, for crying out loud! Can't you see I'm in the middle of a secret mission here? Thanks to your immense generosity, I, Scott, have come back from death, and now I'm back to repay the favor!
And this is...
Oh, almost forgot. This is an old acquaintance of mine, Mr. Scott.
You're the IPC victim from the bloodbath in Dutso, Mr. Scott. How exactly did you survive?
Wasn't it all thanks to you screaming about getting revenge for me in front of everyone? Oh, please. Would I ever lie to you? Shall we run it back on the VCR?
This one is for Scott, and this is for everyone you've tormented! All right, I said it. So what? I'm kind of starting to regret it.
Well, it's too late for regrets now. After Interastral Peace Entertainment broadcast that fight, everyone started asking the same thing. Who's Scott? When I was alive, I never imagined I'd ever have that kind of insane clout. That's probably why one day I suddenly woke up in my office in Astropolis as if everything had just been a dream.
It seems wish power doesn't only take effect in Planarcadia. It can work in Astropolis, too.
My fault. I've been rambling on about everything except what actually matters. But how lucky am I? I just got back from hell, and already I have a chance to repay your kindness. Madam Jade asked me to share what I know about Arita with the two of you.
So, Mr. Scott, you know of Arita's whereabouts?
Of course! The many secrets of Astropolis are practically pinned on a public bulletin board for a wallflower like me. Someone who can slip through walls and go completely unnoticed. I sneaked a peek at Arita's secretary's shredder and pieced together his itinerary. Mr. Arita will be dining at this upside-down restaurant today.
In that case, what are we waiting for? Lead the way.
Who would have thought your single act of kindness would transcend worlds and come to our aid?
That was hardly some act of kindness. I should have kept my mouth shut.
Transfer to the Strategic Investment Department.
Right this way, if you will.
An anti-gravity corridor? It feels like I'm back in a Panaconian dream.
Would you like to purchase...
Even back when I was still alive, a place like this was a rare splurge for me.
A restaurant that truly lives up to its name. The view here is quite spectacular. In Panacony, whenever the stock market fluctuates, plenty of people will head up to high places for a little mental recalibration. Does Astropolis share the same custom?
A bigwig like him is definitely dining in some secluded private room, probably surrounded by bodyguards too. Let me go scout ahead for you. Wait here.
Over here. Any recommendations for a...
Wait a minute. Is that Asta?
Child prodigy who can cry in 5 seconds?
Never.
I'm not even a child. Oh my, is that you? What a pleasant surprise.
What do you mean? Astropolis is my hometown. I've mentioned it before, haven't I? Quite a few people in my family work for the IPC. I racked up a bunch of vacation days at the space station, so I figured I'd use them and come home for a visit. Plus, it gives me a chance to handle some, collaborative matters on behalf of Madam. What about you guys? Here for a meeting with the IPC?
More or less. We've got some urgent business to take care of.
Then I won't keep you any longer. But if you need anything at all, like booking a table, arranging a visit to the Cloud Peak level of Lodestar Tower, anything like that, just let me know. After all, sometimes connections get you further than regulations on IPC turf. Good luck out there!
It's only been a minute. How did he just vanish like strange? There aren't even...
Do those shades look familiar to you?
Wait, they appear to be Mr. Scott's. What exactly happened here?
Mr. Taravan has concluded his meal. Items consumed during this dining session: 100 portions of prime tomahawk steak, 30 blocks of dragon scale cheese, 10 servings of emerald mushroom salad, assorted Lushaka blue spotted sashimi, and gold flake wine.
Taravan? That's quite the appetite. And you are?
I am Mr. Taravan's personal dietary management robot. My duties include monitoring his blood pressure before and after meals, and ensuring he takes his high-potency digestive enzymes and gout medication. My regards to you both. All for the Amber Lord, and that eternally bottomless dinner table. Wash your hands before you eat. Rinse your mouth after the treat. Good health makes for a happy life. Yo-ho!
So, this isn't some private room for Mr. Arita at all.
You guessed correctly, Penaconian exile. Please don't blame your poor ghost friend. His idea of stealth isn't nearly as impressive as he thinks, and neither is his brain. With just a little bit of misdirection, he dutifully led you straight here to me. Of course, I wouldn't be so bold as to let you disturb Mr. Taravan's meal without permission. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Kenneth Arita of the Traditional Project Department.
Traditional Project Department? Arita?
Oh, why, of course not. I'm merely an adopted son, fortunate enough to bear the old gentleman's family name. If you think of all of Astropolis as one big sprawling family, then I'd be the butler of the household. And a butler's job is to know everything that goes on within the estate, down to the smallest detail, and to ensure no pests ever find their way inside to threaten the family's interests. I heard that the Astral Express had arrived in Astropolis, 3 nameless bringing a flock of refugees to beg for aid. Curiosity got the better of me, so I decided to come and take a look. And the result turns out to be disappointing.
I'm sorry. There must have been some misunderstanding between us, Mr. Kenneth. We have an extremely urgent matter, and would like to request an audience with Mr. Arita.
Mr. Arita has already made his position clear to everyone. No lobbyists. The lady from the Strategic Investment Department behind your visit should know that all too well. My father taught me that at the heart of every deal lies one thing: respect. But that lady showed no regard for Mr. Arita's wishes, sending bumbling spies and reckless lobbyists. Her actions were utterly devoid of respect.
Kenneth, we're not spies, nor do we mean to offend you. We're just a group of desperate people with nowhere else to turn. My friends are back in Planarcadia, and every living being in that world are in grave danger right as we speak. On behalf of the Astral Express, I make this promise to you, and through you, to Mr. Arita. So long as he is willing to cast the deciding vote against the weaponization of the husk, the Express will bear any and all costs and obligations that arise from it. Please, make sure this promise reaches him.
The bond you share with your friends is truly moving. However, I'm afraid I can't do that. As for this spy right here, I can give him back to you. The heart of every deal lies in respect. Chew on that. I've said my piece. Taravan, that bloated pig. Weaponizing the voracity? Why not just weaponize himself instead? Save everyone the trouble.
So, what do we do now?
I'm sorry. I messed everything up again.
An unfavorable opening, to say the least. The moment IPC faction politics get involved, things get infinitely more complicated. What do you think? Should we try a different approach, or keep up the chase? You mean what he said to us before he left?
The heart of every deal lies in respect. Is Kenneth trying to tell us something?
Respect? Since when has the IPC ever treated anyone with respect? Setting everything else aside, my higher-ups are each more ruthless than a wolf, which is very much in line with my family motto, no friends, only prey. Who knows? Maybe we're even distant relatives? A wily old fox like Arita, does he even know what respect means? The only way he'd ever bow is if Louis Fleming crawled out of his coffin, I'd say. Huh? Really?
True respect comes from having the strength that others acknowledge. Just like how the Strategic Investment Department respects the Astral Express. Kenneth is telling us he wants to see what we're made of.
I see. But what do we have that could earn his respect? Trying to bribe him would take wealth on old Odie's level to sway Arita. As for using force, that would be exceedingly unwise on IPC ground. As far as the city is concerned, the awakening of the husk is still a piece of information known only to the IPC's upper echelons. But Astropolis isn't home to IPC executives alone. It's also teeming with envoys, magnates, and officials from member worlds across the pan-cosmic tree.
Exactly. The crisis Planarcadia is facing right now is going to seriously shake their confidence in the IPC. So, once we release this information to the public, the IPC's stock price is going to be thrown into turmoil.
We don't necessarily have to convince Arita. We can use information the way Fullwish did. Once you start learning from the enemy, it's hard to stop, isn't it? So, we leak this to the press and turn this little internal scheme into an external risk that the IPC has no choice but to deal with.
I can reach out to Albert and feed him a bombshell for his keeping up with Star Rail.
Husk? Stock fluctuations? I have no idea what you're talking about. I think I'll pass. I just got a new lease on life, and I'd like to enjoy it for a few more days. Anyway, I gotta run!
Now then, let's have Kenneth show a little respect. Come on, Sonny. Let's head to the Lodestar Tower and meet up with March and the others. March 7th? Disturbing the peace? Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
We can still make it in time if we make haste.
I'm not even a child.
The victory join the meal during office hours.
Welcome.
Why can't you call my hand?
Will be transferred to the strategic investment.
It's just one thing after another.
Is Kenneth creating obstructions for us?
No way. He left us a hint?
So, the marketing development department is behind this? I see them. They're right there.
Why are there security for...
Disturbing the peace? Is this a mistake?
We're guests invited by Madame Jade of the Strategic Investment Department. Is this really how Astropolis treats its guests?
Your entry permits are verified and valid. However, the laws of Astropolis are jointly upheld by the 7 major departments. No exemptions are granted based on the invitation of a single senior executive. Our system detects a dangerous wanted fugitive hiding among your visiting party.
Is this some kind of interastral joke? The nameless of the Astral Express are heroes who've saved many worlds.
This is bad. We need to go, now.
Target identified. Sunday, former head of Penacony's Oak family. Currently a high-priority wanted criminal of the family. Charges include severe endangerment of cosmic order and security.
Since when does the IPC hunt down wanted criminals for the family?
In accordance with the Pan-Galactic Civilization's Judicial Mutual Assistance and Emergency Extradition Treaty, IPC security forces are authorized to subject dangerous fugitives to preventative detention to ensure segmentum stability and fulfill treaty obligations.
It appears explaining myself is entirely pointless now.
Excuse me, I am not equipped with a dreaming module. You have selected the most unwise course of action. Violent obstruction of the law. Warning, disarm immediately. Non-compliance will prevent us from guaranteeing your right to life.
That's the stuff. Clashing with the local authorities every 3 stops of the way.
Target threat level. Unable to assess. Requesting lighthouse support. Requesting lighthouse support.
Lighthouse, copy. Request received.
This backup is God tier.
Test of luck. An explosive start.
Lighthouse, execute the arrest directive immediately.
Zip it, tin can. You're making my brain hurt.
Huh? What's going on? Why is he taking down his own people?
All right, stand down. I'm not here to cause trouble. Here, this is a special access pass. Clearance is a few grades higher than that outdated arrest warrant of yours. I'm taking them with me. Objections?
Clearance confirmed.
Hilarious. Clearance confirmed. One word of objection out of you, I'll be pounding you into scrap and shipping you back to security in a box. Right, you lot. Write your own incident reports. Make it airtight and keep my name out of it. Hear me? Well, don't just stand there. Do you really want to waste eternity dealing with these by-the-book blockheads? Allow me to introduce myself. I am Lighthouse. Astropolis' honorary security officer. I am the light that pierces the darkness. The shield that guards against danger. The one who leaves no place to hide for the scoundrels that threaten IPC assets and the safety of Astropolis' citizens. I am the bane of evil. See that gleaming statue? They built it for me after I single-handedly stopped an out-of-control airship from crashing into Paradise Island 3 years ago, saving well over 100 IPC executives and more than 1,000 foreign dignitaries from our partner worlds.
Cool.
So, you're basically Astropolis' resident superhero?
Superhero. I'm no different from the influencers swarming this city. I can't hold a candle to the nameless of the Astral Express. At the end of the day, I'm just a corporate grunt running errands for the big wigs. Someone sent me to bail you out. As guests of the Strategic Investment Department, you all have free reign in Astropolis. With the exception of that Palovian young master over there.
The IPC is riddled with internal factions. It seems someone is trying to assert their presence.
Spot on! I got 2 calls at the same time. One asked me to ensure unrestricted access for the Strategic Investment Department's guests. And the other asked me to apprehend the high-risk wanted felon. I thought to myself, isn't this just a... picking on the little guy? Am I supposed to fish the sugar out of their instant coffee, too? But hey, that's just how corporate life is.
So, tell me, big hero, exactly which 2 heavyweights are duking it out up there?
On IPC turf, some questions are better left unasked. Because the real question isn't who done it, but rather who wants you to know. And I obviously haven't received the directive to tell you.
To think my past mistakes would catch up with me right here, right now. You two, I'm very sorry. Imposing my presence here will only burden you. So be it. No need to worry, Mr. Lighthouse. I will leave Astropolis.
Where could you go at a time like this?
I'll return to the Express and warp to low orbit above Planarcadia. There I can use the Express as a comms relay. We need first-hand intel from there. Take care, you two. I'll do my part, and you do your best too.
Phew! Finally got His Highness out of my hair. My performance review is safe. I'll call that a win.
Honestly, I never want to set foot in this dump ever again.
It's truly my greatest honor that you Nameless are so willing to cooperate. By the way, I hear you're heading to the Lodestar Tower. Please, allow me to escort you the rest of the way. I guarantee no one else will come looking for trouble.
Escort. Or surveil.
In Astropolis, surveillance is a public service. Me, I'm just the optional companion package with a more personal touch.
Hello? Welcome. I'll take my stuff up.
What would you do?
This is my first time getting up close and personal with the Nameless of the Astral Express. What an honor!
This poster.
Shuttle ST-968 will depart soon. Passengers headed for the Dead Settlement Center, please prepare for boarding.
Hi there. Tickets to the Lodestar Tower.
Mr. Lighthouse, are you heading up too? Are you on another important mission?
Just a routine patrol. Escorting these friends here while I'm at it.
I knew it! With you around, Lodestar Tower is in good hands. Here are your tickets! And thank you again for what you did on that sightseeing boat, for saving my child.
Don't sweat it. I was just doing my job. All right, we've got the tickets. Let's move.
Glorious fragrance of credits.
Is that all?
Here, let's go, guys. All right, everyone, grab a spot and hold on tight. This little hover saucer is gonna coast along the tow track. Skylight's open. Nice view, eh?
Even the most spectacular views get old when you have to stare at them every single day.
Hold on tight. Once we're through this tunnel, we'll be there.
Is Mr. Lighthouse really escorting us all the way inside?
Sorry, but I'm the one with special clearance. I've got to deliver you VIPs safely to your destination. My mission isn't complete until then. I'm usually just flying around up there, so this is my first time riding an everyday commuter shuttle. If you folks aren't in a chatty mood, I can stop talking.
Looks like a needle from the outside. But once you're inside, it's actually massive.
You're looking at least 100,000 people buzzing in and out of here on any given day. Great idea. I've been sick of these flopping monitors for ages. Don't sweat it. They can't touch you. At most, they'll just angrily bill the damages to the Strategic Investment Department. Listen up, you eyeball freaks. I've got a special transit pass right here. Code 5426. I don't care if you can understand me, but here's a free piece of advice. Don't mess with these guests from the Astral Express. All right, my mission ends here. What was it you guys were planning to do next?
Madam Jade said she set up an office for us.
And just go say hi to the receptionist and drop Madam Jade's name. Assuming none of the bigwigs decide to trip you up. Good luck out there. I've got a patrol to get back to.
See ya, Mr. Lighthouse.
For malfunction reports, please proceed to Zone D. For visitor pre-registration, Please submit the online form and expect a processing time of at least 3 business days. For lost items, please contact security at extension 114.
Hi there. We're guests of Madam Jade from the Strategic Investment Department. She said an office was reserved for us.
Understood. 1 moment, please. Guests of Madam Jade. Ah, here it is. Zone G892, temporary office. According to the system, access to that office was temporarily locked by the Marketing Development Department for emergency debugging just moments ago. Lifting the lock requires authorization from a department head or higher. I'm afraid coordinating this might take some time.
Why am I not surprised in the slightest?
That's the IPC for you. A textbook example of petty office politics.
But this is just ridiculous. A petty turf war over an office is going to indirectly destroy the future of an entire world.
Looks like we'll just have to ask Jade to assign us another.
We're out of time. We went through a lot to get here, and I'm not letting them stop us now. Let's try this instead. Employee ID IPC MDD GL3 1545. Name Beatrice Melanine. Affiliated with the Marketing Development Department, Cosmic Big Lotto Division, Level 3 Project Consultant. My access permissions should still be dormant. I'd like to activate them.
Beatrice Melanine? Oh, wait, are you the big lotto girl?
That's goddess to you, the Lotto Goddess. Listen up, Rookie. Citing Article 7 of the Emergency Internal Resource Allocation Regulations, during periods of cross-departmental collaboration, employees of Level 3 or higher from the originating department may apply to elevate their temporary venue coordination priority to the maximum. Now, type it in and give it another try.
Clause verified. Temporary system authorization granted. Force unlocking access to Office B703. Please wait. All set. Here is your temporary access pass, valid for 24 system hours. Welcome back, Miss Melanine?
24 system hours. Whew, more than enough. What are you all standing around for? Let's go.
What just happened? Are you really Beatrice Melanine? No way.
It's just one of the many gigs I've worked. Hardly worth mentioning.
But...
I know you have a lot of questions, but the hallway isn't exactly the best place to chat. This way! B703, right? Back at my old stomping ground.
This elevator's taking forever! How many floors does this place even have?
The Lodestar Tower tops out at 6,622 floors. I'll never understand why they built it so ridiculously high. This should be it. Oh, come on. It's literally just a sad little storage closet. Finally, a place to catch our breath. So, you two, should we kick things off with a pre-battle briefing? Or would you rather get those burning questions off your chests?
Before we begin, I have a question. From the day we met, your identity has changed constantly. President of Robobocom, an employee at Perlux, a deadline-dodging comic artist. And now, you're the IPC's Lotto Goddess? So, Miss Nihilux, who are you, really?
Before I answer that, I need to ask you two one thing. You're willing to trust me, right?
You seem like a good person, I guess. But if you don't give us some straight answers, he and I are gonna have a hard time trusting someone who's always keeping secret.
The nice guy card. March, That's the highest praise I've ever received. It's fine. A trusting heart is magic. Since you're willing to trust me, I'll stop hiding things from you. I do juggle quite a few identities, and I'll admit, I don't exactly look like the most reliable person. But every single version of me is 100% genuine. I'm just glad these identities have allowed me to help my friends out when they're in a pinch. Little raccoon, there's something I need to get off my chest.
Boss! Evil boss. Mr. Sunday tipped us off that there's some explosive news to cover, so we came without a moment's delay.
Explosive news?
Sunday and I have an idea on how to get an audience with Arita.
Uh-huh. So, you want to blow the Planarcadia Husk crisis wide open, using public outcry to corner the pro-weaponization faction. Even in my wildest dreams, I never imagined for Bobo Weekly would one day expand into interstellar reporting. So what are we waiting for? Let's drop this bombshell on every reader in Astropolis right now!
This is the exclusive of all exclusives! The bombshell of all bombshells!
Beep boop! Are we really gonna publish something like, IPC higher-ups want to turn a planet into a weapon? What if Furbos get stuffed into a courier box tomorrow and tossed into a black hole?
Listen up, little dummies! If we don't hurry and get this massive scoop out, our newsroom in Planarcadia is gonna get eaten by monsters and dumped into a black hole anyway. Remember the journalism principles I taught you? Don't write the news like some bone-dry fact-finding report. The headline has to be sensational and intimately connected to our readers' everyday lives.
Shocking! Secret meeting of IPC execs. Save the planet or turn it into the ultimate weapon. Like this?
Exactly. But the point isn't to expose the conspiracy. It's to shove the danger right in our readers' faces. They need to know that after Planarcadia falls, the world they live in will face the exact same threat.
Subtitle: Exclusive Insider Report. Astral Express tells all. A greater shadow looms over Astropolis.
I got it! We can also add a poll question to the article like, do you support in-canvas rescue or weapon modification? Maximum interactivity!
Nice. Aside from our little Furbos over-the-top clickbaity articles, we'll also need you to step in front of the camera for a few shots to boost the story's credibility. We'll aim to infect every social and news platform in Astropolis in record time with this news, just like the anti-organic equation did.
Leave it to us Furbos!
For the freedom of press!
And to keep our home from turning into a giant firecracker!
The news is out! The Furbos blew their entire marketing budget buying up prime ad space and sponsored trends across all platforms. Now, all we have to do is wait for it to gain traction.
We only have 3 system hours left. If we fail to make it before then...
All right, my friends, let's not stare anxiously at the clock. This is the home of interastral peace entertainment, after all. 1 system hour is more than enough for a message to burn from a tiny spark into a raging wildfire.
Given the endless roadblocks we've faced so far, I'm having a hard time relaxing. Do you think the IPC's PR risk department will immediately take action and silence us?
Miss March, please don't say another word, because I think you just jinxed us.
Huh? That fast? Beep boop. Aberrant data detected. The initial click and share metrics across all major platforms are skyrocketing. But none of the related discussion topics made it onto the trending list.
It's like hitting an invisible wall! The IPC is definitely pulling the strings!
What? Giving into despair already? Did you forget? Astropolis is home to more than just IPC employees, and not every employee is a puppet dancing on the IPC strings. Algorithms and push notifications are crucial, sure, but when everybody's safety and the safety of the entire universe is at stake, it's not just the algorithms alone that determine how the news spreads. At the end of the day, the ultimate medium through which information spreads is still people. Terrified whispers, burning curiosity, the desire for the truth. These will all run rampant in break rooms, cafeterias, and on commuter trains, all through the oldest and most effective method there is, word of mouth. The IPC can bury trending searches and throttle notifications, but they can't wipe every private message. Nor can they stop people from wondering what if in the back of their minds. All we have to do is make sure this first spark is bright and true. And the little furbos have already nailed that part.
So, what do we do next?
That is a question the IPC itself must answer. The fire has been lit. Putting it out is their problem. I'd guess the most dignified and foolproof approach would be to come straight to the source of the information and propose a partnership. See? What did I tell you?
Esteemed Trailblazer, Miss March 7th. Hello there, it's me, your old pal, Al. The higher-ups have seen the bombshell news you just dropped. Well, they're taking it seriously, of course. Extremely seriously. So, they've decided to set up a special last-minute interview session just for you at the Panorama Hall inside Lodestar Tower. They want to hear all about the situation in Planarcadia firsthand, along with your demands. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. IPC higher-ups and even business reps from other star systems will all be there. You get to speak directly to the most influential audience around. Yours truly is also all set to conduct an exclusive interview with you afterward. You will show, right?
Leaving already?
No time to waste. I need to move now.
Good luck.
Panorama Hall should be around here somewhere. So many screens.
Welcome, Trailblazer. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm Yannick, assistant to the International Peace Corporation's Board of Directors and one of the hosts of the Pan-Cosmic Trade Summit. The news you posted on your personal media account has caused a massive uproar across all of Astropolis. I've been commissioned by the board to arrange a special discussion panel. I'd like to invite you to speak your mind without reserve.
I have to speak to all these people at...
There's no need to be nervous. Most of them are only here to listen. Everyone's closely following developments in Planarcadia and the Veracity Husk. Your testimony will help them understand, and it will factor into any potential re-evaluation of the board's position. If you are ready, please, follow me to the central platform. Please try to capture people's attention and make the most of it.
meeting agenda is...
Everyone please quiet down. A messenger from Planarcadia, nameless of the Astral Express, is here. At present, aside from Zazad and Diamond, who are absent due to scheduling conflicts and other unforeseen circumstances, the heads of all 7 IPC departments have remotely connected to the Pan-Cosmic Trade Summit venue. According to the pre-meeting briefing, our agenda today is an inquiry and statement of position regarding the Planarcadia Husk crisis.
Don't panic. Seize this chance to get your demands across to these IPC executives. I am sure you have all seen the news regarding the situation. I swear on the honor of the Astral Express that everything I say is the truth. I am here to deliver a plea on behalf of everyone still fighting in Planarcadia. I seek to invoke the power of the preservation to encanvas Planarcadia once more, buying us more time against the Husk's breakthrough. I hope the executives holding voting rights will consider the future of Planarcadia, as well as the worlds of all the envoys present here.
Is this true?
Let's start with this. The Husk has been sealed within Planarcadia for over a millennium. Why did it suddenly spiral out of control?
The Phantasmoon Moon Games held in Planarcadia are in fact a ceremony designed by the Eon of Elation to suppress the Husk. Unfortunately, despite our best efforts to stop him, Lord Ravager Asat Pramad managed to disrupt the ceremony.
I understand you're anxious, but I think you're being alarmist. You're telling me that in 12 hours, the constellation star zone, where Planarcadia is located, will be wiped out?
I am not an expert on Leviathans. My conclusion is based on the calculations of Madame Pearl from the Strategic Investment Department. As the administrator of Planarcadia, her conclusion should be reliable.
Unfortunately, neither of you are experts. Let me be clear. The veracity has been dead for a very, very long time. By your own account, Planarcadia is nothing more than one fragment of its corpse. The Technology Department's assessment has concluded that the IPC's cutting-edge technology is more than capable of controlling the activities of these eonic remains. Perhaps even turning them into our most powerful weapon. As for the people there, they're collateral damage. You can't do business without taking any loss.
Mr. Taravan, what are you saying? If you adopt the Technology Department's proposal, wouldn't you be abandoning Madame Pearl along with all the survivors? Isn't Planarcadia part of the IPC's trade network? What happened to the spirit of preservation the IPC preaches? You've just told every trade ambassador in this room that the IPC's protections and treaties are worthless the moment disaster strikes. Esteemed ambassadors, I ask you, when the next disaster descends upon your worlds, can you trust this person standing before you to help?
Don't bother with the theatrics. Of course they don't trust me. Or should they? They're here for business. They're here to sell their manpower, resources, and technology. They're here to trade their planet's blood for sky-high amounts of money. Every world that joins the trade network bears its own risks. The swarm, the anti-organic equation, the Borising. Sure, the IPC provides some support to its allies, but the IPC isn't your spoon-feeding, diaper-changing nanny.
What is Mr. Terrace?
That's quite enough, Tarafan. You've made it all the way to board director, yet you seem to have more professional discretion back